Did Britt Baker tease being the AEW devil during a recent promotional video with Doja Cat? Details on that, plus an update on retirement plans for Sting and how, if Ric Flair wasn't involved, they could have been very different. Details on that, plus an update on the status of John Cena, Vince McMahon and Ari Emanuel for WWE Crown Jewel this weekend in Saudi Arabia. Jim Cornette responds to the invite to attend AEW Dynamite tonight in Louisville, Kentucky. An update on the injury return timetable of Eric of the Viking Raiders, and Matt Riddle's first post-WWE match is revealed. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's get straight into this one because this is absolutely fascinating stuff. Have we had yet another clue as to the identity of the AEW devil, the person behind MJF's devil mask? Is it indeed Britt Baker? And has the latest clue come in a promotional video involving Doja Cat of all people? Now, this is really fascinating stuff. So, the AEW Women's Division has Paint the Town Red. Now, AEW today have shared a video in which Doja Cat's Paint the Town Red plays over a montage of the AEW Women's Division. Doja Cat herself appears in the video as well. Britt Baker, TBS champion Chris Statlander, Toni Storm, Nyla Rose, Ruby Soho, Saraya, Willow Nightingale, AEW Women's World Champion Hikaru Shida, along with other stars are featured in the video. Now, as far as Doja Cat, she's been nominated for 1 Grammy Award, 5 Billboard Music Awards, 5 American Music Awards, and 4 MTV Video Music Awards, among other accolades. But what's really got people talking in the video, particularly on social media, is Britt Baker. Many have pointed out that in the Doja Cat promotional video, Britt Baker can be seen doing the devil horns during the words, "She's the devil." Now, the first devil that showed up with the 4 guys attacking Jay White at the conclusion of an episode of AEW Dynamite several weeks ago, many people said that that figure, which you can see on the screen right there, did appear to have a somewhat feminine, smaller physique, which led to some people speculating it could be the real-life partner of Adam Cole. Of course, that would make sense considering Adam Cole's been rumored to turn on MJF. It's the big story of who's going to turn on the other. Is Adam Cole the person behind wearing the devil mask? MJF says it's not him, someone stole the mask. Well, could Adam Cole have given it to Britt Baker? Is this something that could be happening whilst Adam Cole is recovering from his surgery? Certainly has got a lot of people talking. So is this just a red herring? Is this something to get people talking, or have AEW and Britt Baker actually planted a bit of an Easter egg here? And is this an indication as to the person wearing the devil mask, or once again, is this just misdirection? Let me know your thoughts about this. Really interested and curious to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, Sting, an update on Sting and how retirement plans for him in AEW could have been very, very different. Now, a change to Sting's initial AEW retirement plans have been revealed a couple of weeks after he made the announcement. 2 weeks ago, of course, Sting announced on AEW Dynamite that his retirement match would take place at AEW Revolution 2024. A week later, after promotion stated that Tony Khan would have a gift for Sting, that gift ended up being none other than the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who made his first ever AEW appearance last week. Now, this is where it gets quite interesting because actually in a new interview with Sports Illustrated, Sting explained that he initially actually wanted to retire earlier, but was willing to go longer with Ric Flair involved. He said, quote, "I wanted to finish earlier, maybe in December, but now that Ric is here with me, I want to go longer, all the way to Revolution." Sting also commented on his reaction to Flair's appearance, saying, quote, "When Rick came out and I heard his music play, it hit me. I had this flashback and it made me emotional. Rick is the guy who put me on the map. We've traveled around the world together and Rick helped make me. Now he's going to finish with me. After all the travel, all the matches, all the press slams, all the chops, and all the woos woo, I experienced the same feeling on Dynamite this past week with Rick that I did on that final Nitro. Except this time, it was so much more positive," end quote. Now, Sting will be in action at the Full Gear pay-per-view later on this month, teaming with Darby Allin and a yet-to-be-confirmed partner, most likely being Adam Copeland, against Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. Meanwhile, for Ric Flair, he's expected to continue to make some appearances alongside Sting in the lead-up to AEW Revolution, but there's no word yet on how frequent that will be. I guess time will tell if the Nature Boy appears tonight live on AEW Dynamite on TBS. Of course, if we get any more details on that moving forward, we'll let you know. But what are your thoughts on Sting actually admitting there were maybe some differing plans when it comes to his retirement, and what are your thoughts about the involvement of Ric Flair as well? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, of course, Crown Jewel is this weekend. We've got some big updates when it comes to some major names that are expected to be there, or in the case of one person who's already in the country. Now, 16-time world champion John Cena is looking to win his first on-screen WWE singles match in over 5 years at WWE Crown Jewel 2023 on November 4, when he takes on the Bloodline Solo Sikoa. While WWE stars who are set to appear on the show are to fly to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on Thursday, November 2nd, it seems as if Cena will not be joining them, according to PW Insider. Now, don't fret, because that's actually because Cena has already arrived in the Saudi capital ahead of schedule. It's not currently clear as to why exactly Cena has travelled separately and got there before everyone else, with Cena said to be the, quote, only exception to the travelling pack on Thursday, meaning he was not joined by any other WWE stars. Of course, if we get any more details as to why, we'll let you know. It could be a press thing, it could be a scheduling thing, it could just be Cena wants to get there early and he does his own travel, so we'll let you know about that if we get any more updates on Cena's status. But there's also been an update on Vince McMahon's status for Crown Jewel this Saturday, after he was already in the country last weekend for Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. Fightful reported yesterday that McMahon and The Undertaker had returned to the United States following the flight, meaning if McMahon was to be present at Crown Jewel, it would mean he would have to fly back out to the country in the next few days. Well, it looks like he might be doing that, because in an update from PW Insider, the WWE talent is slated to leave for Saudi Arabia tomorrow for the show, as we mentioned, with the exception being Cena, who's already there. But PW Insider notes that the belief among those spoken to is that Vince McMahon and possibly even the Endeavor and TKO CEO Ari Emanuel would be at the event. Of course, Vince McMahon was removed from creative in WWE following the Endeavor takeover, with Triple H now said to be in control of 99.9% of creative in the company. So let me know your thoughts about Vince McMahon. Of course, there was lots of talk about how he looked, his health, etc. after his appearance during the Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury fight last weekend. Of course, it had been previously reported that Ari Emanuel wanted to use Vince McMahon as a kind of person to get around the world and actually utilize his notoriety and how well known he is around the world to, I guess, promote TKO moving forward. Let me know your thoughts about that. And was last weekend just the first example of that moving forward? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments section below. Now, Jim Cornette, he has quite a history of AEW. Of course, he's never appeared on any AEW programming, but has been quite an outspoken critic of the show, and certainly all the pay-per-views since the inception of it. And Cornette has responded after being offered an invitation to tonight's November 1st episode of AEW Dynamite. Of course, tonight's AEW Dynamite takes place at the KFC Yum Center in Cornette's hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. Now, Jeff Jarrett said on his podcast that he'd love to have Cornette at the show, a quote that evidently made its way to Cornette himself. Cornette, who has become well known for criticizing AEW when he deems necessary to do so, tweeted, quote, "I appreciate the invitation from Jeff Jarrett to attend the AEW taping in Louisville tomorrow. I tried hard to make it work, but I couldn't find another person in town going so we could split the 2-for-1 ticket offer. But maybe they can find another ratings ploy in time." Now, despite Cornette never holding anything back when reviewing AEW shows on his podcast, Tony Khan has said in the past that Cornette is, quote, "probably the person I've learned the most about the wrestling business from." So Cornette, must be said, whilst he's been a critic of AEW, has also praised certain elements of it, but has been heavily critical of other parts of it as well. What are your thoughts on Jim Cornette? What are your thoughts on, obviously, this invitation probably not being too real or anything like that? What are your thoughts on Tony Khan's comments about Jim Cornette in the past, as well as plenty of other things? Let me know your thoughts about that too. When it comes to AEW Dynamite, of course, tonight, among the matches set for the show are Bullet Club Gold versus MJF and 3 partners of his choosing, Orange Cassidy versus Claudio Castagnoli for the AEW International Championship, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega versus 2.0, and Hikaru Shida defending the AEW Women's World title against Willow Nightingale. Of course, Tony Khan has also said he has an important announcement to make on tonight's show too. What that is, we'll have to wait and see. Of course, we get any more details on what that announcement is before the show, we'll let you know. Now, Eric, obviously, of the Viking Raiders, his injury and absence has led to a singles push for Ivar, but what is the latest when it comes to one half of the Viking Raiders and when he could be back on WWE television? Now, for the last few weeks on Raw, Ivar of the Viking Raiders has been appearing and working without his longtime tag team partner Eric by his side. That's because Eric suffered an injury that required surgery and was expected to be out of action for quite some time. In a new update, PW Insider states there's currently no timetable for Eric to return. The report states that Ivar will be utilized as a singles talent going forward. Valhalla, formerly known as Sarah Logan, who's actually the real-life wife of the injured Eric, has continued to appear alongside Ivar. Speaking of which, Ivar will be in action on Raw in a four-way Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders match against Bronson Reed, Ricochet, and The Miz next week. WWE personnel have reportedly been impressed by Ivar's current and recent singles outing against both of the New Day's Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. We get any more details on Eric's return to the ring, we'll let you know in a future video. Finally, Matt Riddle, his first post-WWE match has been revealed, of course Riddle being released by WWE recently. The first match of former WWE superstar Matt Riddle, after he was released in September, has now officially been announced. Riddle was released by WWE on September 22nd, one day after multiple other talents were let go by the company following the Endeavor merger. Today, Bobby Fulton announced that Matt Riddle versus Rob Van Dam will take place at World Classic Professional Big Time Wrestling's The Reunion 3 Cavalcade of Legends show. The show will take place on March 9, 2024 at the OU Shoemaker Center in Ohio. Obviously, you can see the tweet on the screen right there. It's going to feature several other appearances and big name matches, but Matt Riddle versus Rob Van Dam, it's quite appropriate, isn't it? Let me know your thoughts about that too. But there you go, guys. The latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak for you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.